So greetings of the day to one and all present here. Hope everybody is doing well and staying safe. I would like to welcome you all to the international webinar today, MOSEE, Creative Management of Mind with Fifth Spirit Paradigm Shift. And we would be starting the event now. So I would like to request you all to put your cameras on if you can. We'll start our event with a shloka. I would like the technical team to please play the shloka.
Om Sahana Bhavatu Sahano Bhunattu Sahaviryam Karavavahai Tejasvinavaditamastu ma vidvishavahai. Om Shanti Shanti Shanti.
With the blessings of the God and peace in our mind, we move forward to the next part of our event. And I would like to call Professor Rekha Singhal, Dean and HOD of the Department of Contemplative and Behavioral Sciences, to please address the audience. Rekha, ma'am.
Yeah, thank you, Ishita. And it's my pleasure to welcome both the guest speakers, Professor Rhee and Professor Park, and our very own President Ma'am, Shanta Ma'am, Professor Arun, students, and guests who have joined from outside SSU. I think instead of speaking long, I would like to prefer, because I talk to you, all of you or most of you almost on daily basis. So I think there's no need to have a longer welcome. Rather, we understand President Ma'am has minute-to-minute engagement. So just a very warm welcome to each one of you. And then once the speakers will join, we'll continue. Thank you so much. And thank you for sparing your time. Ma'am, we are really honored that you gave importance to DCBS and managed to give this much of time to us. It's our privilege and we are honored with your presence. Thank you so much, ma'am.
Thank you so much, ma'am. I would now like to request Ms. Rajita Kulkarni, President of U.S.A. University, to please say a few words, ma'am. Rajita, ma'am.
Thank you. Thanks a lot, Dr. Rekha Singhal-ji, Dean of DCBS, and Dr. Shanta Mishra, all the other faculty members, all the students, Dr. Rhee, Dr. Park, our guests from Korea today. And as you said, everybody who is joining us for this program, good morning. And it is really wonderful. Actually, Dr. Shanta Mishra has been inviting me for many of your really amazing events that you have been hosting, but somehow it was not possible for me before. And so today I thought that, you know, even if it is for a few minutes, it would be great to join all of you. You know, our DCBS is what I call a crown faculty for U.S.A. University. We take great pride in the fact that it is a faculty which has no precedence. It is a subject, or it is an approach to psychology which has no precedence in the world, and therefore we are very committed to ensure that you know, it flowers, blossoms, and grows in the best possible way and in the most possible way. And to all of you students, I want to say that you will always, you know, starting something new and joining that's something which is new, both takes courage, both takes risk, both takes courage. So we took the risk and showed the courage by starting, and you have taken the risk and shown the courage by joining. And I think it also shows your curiosity and your thirst to discover new aspects of this subject, and I'm quite confident that your curriculum enables you and allows you those opportunities to do so. I know that you all have been hosting, Dr. Singhal, many events, most of them by inviting philosophers and psychologists and scholars from different parts of the world. So really hearty congratulations. I think that is the hallmark for Shish University. I must admit, I read up on the topic that you all are going to discuss today. I must admit, I don't have a subject matter expertise on that, but what I can definitely say is that I have a sense of going beyond the obvious. I mean, you are talking about the fifth paradigm and going beyond the obvious. Pujya Gurudev has given us the very beautiful knowledge of the 7 levels of our existence. Typically, when we refer to each other or to ourselves, we look at what is the obvious or the most gross, in that sense, the most tangible, the most physically obvious. But Gurudev has given us the knowledge that we are not just our body, beyond the body. So body, mind, our breath, intellect, memory, ego, and self. And at the subtler we go to our levels of existence, more refined and more nourished and more nurtured aspects of our consciousness reveal to us. And I think that is a very big beauty. It is a very big contribution, I feel, from our side, from the Eastern side, to the whole world. Because today, I feel, given the situation of the pandemic, of course, for the first time, the whole world has awakened to the importance of mental and emotional health. And I think that is already one step of an improvement, because we have gone beyond the body. Today you talk about fitness, everybody's talking about physical fitness and six-pack abs and all those aspects. But we have seen that a strong mind can carry a weak body, but a weak mind cannot carry a strong body. And I think the deeper we go to these levels of our reality, I think more rich knowledge about ourselves gets revealed to us. And I believe this, Dr. Singhal, that the more we are connected to ourselves, only that much we can be connected to that around us, or the world around us, or those around us. So a lot of, I saw in Dr. Shanta Mishra's notes that there are connections to the shared value concept of Michael Porter, and there are connections to so many other celebrated management concepts. And when you talk about shared value, this I think I have shared before. When we speak about shared value, it is also about creating value for every stakeholder in the supply chain. It is about being sensitive to the needs of everybody who are part of your stakeholder constituent ecosystem. And I think I have been speaking about this a lot also, that one of the most important expectations that will be made students out of all of you as you graduate and enter your workforce, either as a member of an institution or starting your own enterprise. I believe one of the number one expectations out of you will be multi-stakeholder sensitivity. And how sensitive are we to the needs of all our stakeholders? So I believe it starts first with the realization of who our stakeholders are, the awareness of that, and then developing the sensitivity to ensure that it is a win-win for everybody. And I feel that these sensitivities, culturing this process of thinking comes with a deep awareness of our own self. So I am actually, if I had a chance, I would have loved to attend some of your lectures, Dr. Singhal, Dr. Mishra, all the topics that you all are deliberating upon, because this is so unique and so special. And I think more and more as a world, as we are becoming more and more intermingled, look at what is happening today around the world. You know, we are not isolated by any measure. It could be happening in South America and it can still affect us. The butterfly effect anyways talks about that. So I think recognizing that we are indeed an interconnected, intermingled, interdependent world, and developing the maturity of our consciousness to accept it, B, adapt to it, and 3, therefore take what action is needed, I think is going to be very, very crucial for any kind of success in the future and in the years to come. And I think in the topics that you all are learning and deliberating, studying, I think you're developing that sensitivity of yourself, and therefore I think empowering and enabling yourself to develop that sensitivity and connectivity to that around you, not just living, not just human, but all aspects of life and the world. Gurudev always speaks about, our circle of belongingness. He says that corruption begins outside our circle of belongingness. And you can think of it, hopefully we don't steal from our own, right? There are still, unfortunately, some exceptions to that. But that which we feel we belong to, or those who we feel belong to us, I think our attitude to them is different, or our approach to them is different. And what if we could expand this circle of belongingness continually to feel like the whole world is my family, which is what, of course, our ancient rishis and seers have spoken about, Vasudhaiva Kutumbakam, a one world family. And I think that there is a big secret in that also. The more we feel that sense of belongingness, the more relaxed we feel, the less isolated we feel, the more confident we feel. And I think the more we become capable of recognizing the love there is, or the kindness, the compassion there is. I know that one of our guests today is the chair of a senior citizens, I think some foundation type of a organization. And that is also such an important topic today, isolation, or the feeling of feeling disempowered after you cross a certain age. And I think there are many secrets in our ancient knowledge, even for that age group. So I feel very good that we are hosting this. Is this being telecast, webcast on our Facebook? No, it's, yes?
No, ma'am, it will be done on our website after this.
It will be, okay, delayed webcast. All right, that's very good. I think whatever you host, we should webcast it on our Facebook, because these are unique topics. These are very unique thoughts that we are sharing with the world, and I think people will benefit from it. So I'm really delighted that we are having this program, and both speakers today are from South Korea, so that's very good. We welcome them virtually to our campus, and hopefully Dr. Singhal, once life comes back to what we knew as the normal, we should look at doing a large international conference and inviting many experts and scholars to host under the aegis of DCBS. So wish you really the best. Enjoy the great knowledge that the guest speakers will share with you. And thank you for inviting me and making me part of your event. I wish you all the very best, and best wishes for Ganesh Chaturthi, which will be this week. Prayers that Lord Ganesha bestows us. See, there is so much beauty in our culture. In fact, I want to urge all of you students, Gurudev has given a very beautiful knowledge on the essence of what Ganesha means. जो गण गण का ईश है वो गणेश है. So, you know, the Lord of all atoms, which basically we are made of it. So the Lord of all there is Ganesha. I think, you know, when we go deeper in this knowledge, it makes us also appreciate and relate to our culture and traditions in a more intelligent or in a more connected way. So I definitely recommend all of you, you can, it's on the Art of Living app. You can read, you can watch that beautiful knowledge, and wish you the best, all my best wishes and blessings to all the students. All the very best. Thank you very much. Namaste.
Thank you, ma'am. And I just noticed that the speakers have joined.
Oh,
so,
okay.
Yes, I've just noticed that the speakers have joined. Thank you so much, ma'am. Thank you so much.
Continue. Please continue, and please don't mind, I have to excuse myself. We have the Ayurveda, you know, you're aware we have the Ayurveda hospital inspection also on its way. So some meetings are there for that. Yeah. All the best.
Thank you, ma'am. Thank you so much for
Dr. Park, Dr. Rhee, if you are here, my name is Rajita Kulkarni. I welcome you on behalf of Shish University, and please continue. Namaste.
Thank you so much, ma'am, for taking time for us.
Thanks, Ishita. Well done. Speaking very well.
Yes.
Thank you, ma'am. Thank you so much for saying encouraging words also. I think we would move forward, and I would like to invite Professor Shanta Mishra to introduce our speakers today, Dr. Yoon Rhee and Dr. Harold Hang Jinta.
내 얼굴 여기 나왔어.
Yeah.
Highlight them. Highlight the speaker, Ishita. Amtak. Highlight the speaker. Yes. Sir, namaste, sir. Namaste, sir. Namaste.
Hello.
Hello. Namaste, sir.
야. 크게 해줘.
Namaste. After a long gap, I'm able to see you, sir.
Nice to see you. I'm glad to see you in 4 years. Yeah.
So let me start.
Yes.
Let me start.
Dr. Harold Hangjin Park is a little late, 10 minutes.
Okay.
So, but
Okay.
we
Yes,
can,
yes.
and his face is here. That's his face.
Okay.
So you
Okay.
can
Okay,
recognize him.
It's okay, sir. It's
And
okay.
here is the poster you made. Can you see
Yes,
the
sir.
this?
Yes. Hers, please take a snap of all this. Amitav, hers, please take the snap of all these posters, okay? Will be in the website. Okay, sir, let me start.
Yes.
So, from the very beginning, Om Namo Bhagavate Vasudevaya. Good morning, everybody. Namaste. Jai Gurudev. Honorable President Madam of our Sri University, Dr. Rajita Kulkarni. Our respected Dean, Professor Rekha Singhal. Revered Professor Yoon Rhee. Honorable Professor Harold Hang Park. All the professors and research scholars from different universities like Sendai University, Japan, SPB University, Russia, Revensa University, Cuttack, Amity University, Delhi, SOA University, Bhubaneswar, ISBM, Chhattisgarh, etc. All the inmates of Sri University and my dear students. A hearty welcome to you all to this international webinar on MOSEE, that is the management of all selves with enlightenment and empowerment. The creative management of mind with fifth paradigm shift. This webinar is also more important for us to have with these two guests. We can have our beloved President Madam with us to grace the occasion, which we could not in our last three occasions of webinar, orientation program and workshop due to her busy schedule. So thank you, Madam, for your gracious presence in our webinar also. It is indeed a great pleasure for me to introduce such versatile personalities among us, like Professor Rhee and Professor Pat. I indicate my heartfelt gratitude to them to accept my invitation and to be here with us, inspiring to go ahead in the management of all selves, in addition to focusing on our own self by using enlightenment and empowerment with fifth dimension spirit paradigm. The management philosophy of MOSEE is the philosophy of life discovered through 85 years of life experience of Professor Lee. That is the origin, source, opening, and living. You know, Professor Lee is now 86 years young. Always he used to say, and which all of us like very much. Never he said that I am 85, 86 years old. Always he used to say I am 86 years young. And that is the great thing of her personality. The objective of this webinar is to highlight the noble idea on MOSEE and to be aware of the fact by all. And you know, all these things are in our Karma Yoga of Gita. Anyway, I am having the responsibility of introducing our honorable guests. So to start with, Professor Yoon Rhee, he was born in 1937. Now President of New Delhi Academy in Seoul, the Republic of Korea, Professor of Emeritus, School of Business and Economics of Chang'an University in Seoul. His major contributions are on MOSEE, of which he is the founder father and started in 1990. He is also the founder of the meditation of allSelves and Enlightenment and Empowerment, which he has started in 2007. He is also the founder and leader of LMA, that is Life Meditation Academy, in 2007. To say about his education, he is having his master degree in economics, law, MBA, and have his PhD in MBA also. Expressing his professional career involving in 22 types of activities, which he has started from 1970 and continuing till date, are Deputy Director of International Finance, Harold National Bank and Trust, United States of America, Director of Management of Technology, MOT, Division and Planning Division of Korea Institute of Science and Technology, in Institute of Technology and Management, Professor of Business and Economics, Chang'an University in Seoul, founder of a new scientific academic discipline, Management of allSelves, Enlightenment and Empowerment, MOSEE in 1990, founder of Spirituality Education Method of Realization Management, a founder of Prayer Training Method of General Affairs, Chairman of Korean Association of Private University, Professors and Founding Director of Transfer C Korea, Professor of International Management at the Federation of Korean Industries, Secretary of New Asian Economic Cooperation Committee, Technical and Economic Secretary, now Professor Emeritus of School of Business and Economics at Chang'an University, Professor of MOSEE of Humanities, Country Chairman of GBATA, that is Global Business and Technology Association, Chairman of the Social Union Advisory Committee, now Head of the Social Union Advisory Group, and many more things like this. It is really difficult to express all these things within a very short span of time. While explaining his international pursuits, he started it from 1979, like the Chairman of Republic of Korea, from R&D Development Department of UNESCO and the International Comparative Study of Organization Productivity of Research Units. Key member of the Long-Term Initiative Committee of the Korea-Japan Civil Economic Cooperation Committee, Republic of Korea Korea Secretary General of the U.S.A. Economic and Technology Federation, Steering Committee member, the country chairman of Korea of GBATA, and many other achievements like this. Pointing out to his government and public organization consultation, he has started it from 1978 as the member of the 5th National 5-Year Development Plan, Minister of Defense Policy, Advisor on Acquisition and Development of Defense, Minister of Republic of Korea, Chairman of the Seoul Medium Business Administration's Technology Development and Competitive Evaluation System for Small and Medium Business, key member of National Security Council Advisory Committee on the Evaluation of Domestic Helicopter Development Projects, and many more like this. To have a glance to his awards and prizes, he has received many awards and prizes like a Korean Government Defense Minister Commendation Award for his role as a head of 5-year development plan for the defense industry. Shanghai University's True Professor Award at 10th October 1987 from the university in the 69th anniversary of the university. Shanghai University True Professor Award at 10th October in 1995 of the university's 75th anniversary, which was the only case of voluntary support from 32,000 students in all the schools, and many more like this. He has remarkable position in 10 activities of domestic academic societies. He has 5 international academic society activities like MOSEE Academic Journal in U.S.A, 1 academic journal in Canada, in New York City, U.S.A, California, and many more things. Sir, I, on behalf of myself, on behalf of our department, and on behalf of our Sri University, welcome you to this international webinar on MOSEE, and thank you very much to grace the occasion. Now coming to Professor Harold Han G. Park, who was born in 1945, founder, chairman of World Aided Senior Research Foundation in Seoul, Republic of Korea. To focus on his academics, he has his graduation and post-graduation in the Graduate School of Business Administration, U.S.A. University in Seoul, Republic of Korea, on International Business Administration, and PhD also in International Business Administration. He is the president of WK New Day National Group, chairman of NAFTA, the groups of China Financial Investment Co. Limited, H&H Group chairman, president of World Aging Research Foundation, president of World Heart Award Promotion Federation, honorary president of European Culture and Arts Promotion Association, president of China's Anti-Aging Promotion Committee, Korea, chairman of Korea Advisory Committee of Jiangchang Economic Development Technology, District Management Committee, president of Korea Headquarters of Foreign Exchange Association, chairman of World Aging Research Foundation, advisor to the Korea Senior Citizen Association, honorary editor of Full Gospel Church in Europe, president of the Silk Road Fund Executive Committee. It is really difficult to describe about such versatile personalities within a very short span of time. So I would like to stop here because they are really the facsimile association, and I am quite incapable enough to express about these two great personalities within few time. Sir, On behalf of our DCBS department, on behalf of myself and on behalf of U.S.A. University, I welcome you to this auspicious occasion of International Webinar on MOSEE, the Enlightenment, subject of Professor Rhee. Once again, I welcome you all who are present here in this international webinar and request also, and also I am thankful to President Madam by enlightening us through the indigenization process of this flag. So thanking you all. Now over to Ishita.
Thank you so much, ma'am, for introducing our honorable speakers today. We are going to be starting now, and I would like to invite our speakers, Dr. Yoon Rhee and Dr. Hang Jin Pak. 안녕하세요.
안녕하세요. Nice to see you.
Nice to see you, sir. I think we'll start now. So I'd like to invite Dr. Yoon Rhee to start our presentation today with creative management of our mind with fifth spirit paradigm shift. And in the meantime, if any of the audiences have any question, please feel free to put the questions in the chat box to either me or Antav Banerjee. Or we will open the chat box later after the presentation for the question answer round. Over to you, sir.
Okay, let me suggest one thing.
Yes, sir.
I think which one is better. Okay, you already have M4A pre-recorded presentation. Now you have that. And so I think it might be more efficient and effective to run that M4A pre-recorded presentation instead of my verbal presentation because of time limitation. How do you think?
Yes, sir, we're presenting.
Yes,
Pardon
sir.
me? Pardon me?
Yes, sir, we are presenting on our side.
You are going to run the pre-recorded one?
Yes, sir.
Yes, sir.
Okay, please.
No, so PPT, the presentation.
그럼 이제 총재님도 있다. 녹음 보낸 걸로 하면 되니까. 질문 나오면 제가 대답을 하면 돼요. 저분들이 아까 그냥 놀래요. 85세, 70세. 이건 지금 PPT. Congratulations on the international conference held at Sri University in India, the most famous university in the world. Honorable President, Madam, revered Vice Chancellor, sir, respected Executive Registrar, sir, respected Dean of DCBS, respectful Professor Santa Misra. It is our privilege that Dr. Harold Hangjin Park and myself, Dr. Yoon Rhee, are invited at the New Civilization Creative Conference webinar on MOSEE, Creative Management of Mind with Fifth Spirit Paradigm Shift. I am Dr. Harold Hangjin Park, and I'm going to explain in 3 steps. One step is abstract. Secondly, pinpoint 12 important critical points. Third step is Conclusion. First step, abstract. In a capitalist society, businesses tend to instrumentalize humans as a resource means in order to achieve the goal of maximizing profits. As a result, human alienation and polarization of wealth are considered serious social problems. Today, the conventional wisdom that material abundance and prosperity caused by economic growth will bring happiness to human society is shaken by the issue of mental poverty in material abundance. In particular, artificial intelligence, AI, in the area of ultra-high level information technology will cause human disasters that fundamentally destroy human powerfully existence value only when it raises the current level dimensional spirituality. It is the way to be born as a new person and live a life by realizing it. Nevertheless, the author has researched and developed practical tools to teach the dissection and the practice of existence so that humans can realize the unfortunate reality that they do not even realize because of their accumulated constraints. For transforming the existing socio-economic structures into a balanced system of the 21st century postmodern world, the current management skills and leadership styles can be upgraded at quantum jump by employing the concept of integral vision linked to 12 spiritual intelligence skills that are deemed useful for creative spiritual business leaders, as explained in this paper. In order for capitalism to play a role as a management economic system that contributes to the happiness and co-prosperity of human society, the capitalist business economic system must also make a new breakthrough. The business economics resource assortization should include not only tangible resources, i.e., land, capital, human resources, and technological innovation, but also spirituality. This article is a new specific practical research work by MOSEE, Management of allSelves, Enlightenment and Empowerment, that seeks new self-realization areas with the fifth dimension consciousness, spirit management, while moving beyond fourth dimensional value management to a new fifth dimensional elements, consciousness, spirituality resources, and assets. Therefore, it aims to systematically apply the unique exploration areas, theories, methods, techniques, tools, development operating principles, and field practical utilization of the fifth dimensional consciousness spirituality industry. The fifth dimensional management through the assetization of a business economy resources of a spirit will open the road to the spirituality management development of the 21st century universal human spirituality, science, technology, civilization, UHSSTC. Keywords are spirituality, industry, anatomy of a real being, humanity, creative, fifth dimension, human consciousness, spirituality, discovery, practice of creative self-education. Now, I'm moving to second step. I would like to pinpoint essential points as follows. Creative management of allSelves Enlightenment and Empowerment, MOSEE, with fifth dimension spirit paradigm shift is essential. It had been founded in 1990 by Professor Dr. Yoon Rhee. The ultimate truth is life origin opening living. Human beings are very essence of life. At the same time, it is the main source of life, and it works opening and living, and it's the realization of life. When we analyze this into a percentage, the entire living capacity structure of a person, groups, and the social organizations made up of humans. We know what we know. Knowledge, information, business capacity is about 3%. And the capacity that we know what we don't know is the wisdom area, 27%. The rest area, 70%, is enlightenment and the empowerment capacity, in which we don't know what we don't know what we don't know. This spirituality capacity, 70%, requires critically fifth dimension enlightenment and empowerment. 3. MOSEE curves of the law enlarging output with respect to inputs rather than the currently well-known the law of diminishing output with respect to inputs. Four, education, methodologies, and the technologies of MOSEE for creative spiritual leadership. There are 11 technologies. One of the ways of the practice of MOSEE methodologies is to find the true self, find the true community, practice each other's consideration and contribution in a fierce reality, appreciate it with confidence, improve human relationship, realize pure love and life, true contribution to life, to find the true self and to care all the people around you and to inspire themselves to develop to the community through participation and practice, sharing, PS. Secondly, development of MOSEE methodologies for the creative startup venture entrepreneurs and corporate organization members and the ability to conduct integrated achievement. 3, development of a creative language system to authentically communicate with others and create new harmonized capabilities of creative startup, venture, enterprises, and corporate organizations members. 4, the methodologies and tools of MOSEE in transitional Korean philosophy. 5, practical meditation and yoga in MOSEE. 6, distinction between phenomena and interpretations and new perceptions. 7, distinction among knowledge, information, awareness, and perception. 8, sensory perception. 9, high sensory perception. 10, ultra sensory perception. 11, suprasensory perception. Applied kinesiology, kinesis. Now, Big 5, high level up program for humanitas consciousness, spirit management. Six, Humanitas Consciousness Spirituality Map application of MOSEE. 7. Successful anatomy of methodologies of MOSEE for the being of leaders and organizations as a creative language system of humans. 8. Integrated innovation theory of creative language and behavior. 9. Empirical management of MOSEE and education operation techniques for creation and contribution. 10. 4 spiritual leadership areas: emotional intelligence, competencies, and spiritual intelligence skills. 11. 4 spiritual leadership areas: emotional intelligence, competencies, and spiritual intelligence as skills. 12. Spiritual intelligence skills and examples of integral visions in 4 spiritual leadership areas. Now, I move to third step, conclusion. Through the principles and the utilization of creative principles of MOSEE, management of all selves, enlightenment, and empowerment, we can always create something out of nothing in now and here for the being and achievement of creative leaders and creative organizations in the industry. It recognizes the biases it has, recognizes the freedom of consciousness, recognizes and respond to the true aspect of people and things as they are, and demonstrate the ability to communicate and harmonize human relations and pursue empathy, harmony, action, ultimate being, and integrated vision management of consciousness, spirituality resources. In the design process of creative business models, management characteristics, and structural approaches, and technological in-depth structural approaches, and the spirit level approaches should be incited so that creative practice, business, and organization ability can be integrated. Opportunities to create the better performances. This paper proposed a list of integral vision linked to 12 spiritual intelligence skills that are deemed useful for creative spiritual business leaders. Conventional leadership skills that are not grounded in integral perspectives of spiritual leadership have a limited utility in creating harmonious global world. For transforming the existing socio-economic structures into a balanced system of 21st century postmodern world, the current management skills and the leadership styles can be upgraded and quantum jump by employing the concept of integral vision as defined in this paper to achieve mutually beneficial relationships and humanity in the business world. Emotional intelligence and social skills need to be enhanced further by the depth and breadth of spiritual intelligence skills. It is a vision of the future of spirituality business management, a new history creation, and a holy vision to develop the spirituality industry structure of a new 21st century universe, human spirituality, science and technology, civilization, UHSSTC, by MOSEE, management of all selves, enlightenment and empowerment. Now, welcome your comments and encouragement on this paper and further study. Thank you very much.
We really apologize if there was some mistakes in the PPT going on and the audio connection. But if you want to have some comments and
아깐 잘 들렸는데. I beg your pardon? I didn't listen to because the voice is very low due to the mechanical problem. Let me suggest one thing. I think you have another M4A pre-recorded presentation to be made by myself, Dr. Yoon Rhee. You might run that also. That's an introduction to a new created scientific discipline, management of all selves, enlightenment and empowerment, or SEE, with fifth dimension, spirit paradigm shift, will conciliate the modern management of philosophies. You have another, this one.
how would you be presenting it live right now? We have one presentation.
Yes, sir. We have one presentation with us, but it's not pre-recorded. We don't have the recording of it. Will we present it live and you will read it out or explain us? We only have the presentation with us. We don't have the audio of it.
I see. Only one?
Yes, sir. We have one more presentation with us, but we don't have the audio of it. Ajit, the technical team, can you please share the presentation?
Yes, sharing.
Yeah,
Thank
I'm
you so
sharing the
much.
presentation. I have your presentation, sir. And if you can, okay, just give me a second. I'm presenting your presentation.
Are you going to run another thing? Yeah. No. Yeah,
Sir, that recorded portion is not with me.
this one.
Now I request Professor Park to present it.
You
Professor
have a
Park,
pre-recorded presentation of this.
no, sir. For this pre-recorded cassette is not with us. Only one we have. If you share now, then we can also display. Can you share it now?
Yeah, we can send it right now.
Yes, please send it so that we can run it. Please send.
Okay. Do you want I send this right now? Just a
Yes,
second. Okay.
yes.
좀 보내자고.
Can Professor Park will present it?
Hello? I have sent already right now, a second ago. Did you get? Do you get it?
Once we
M4A
receive, sir, we will confirm it.
Rhee, R-H-E-E. M4A pre-recorded Rhee, R-H-E-E. I just sent.
Antab, I have forwarded it to you, so you can play this one.
Yes, ma'am. Once I received, I will confirm it with the technical team.
Okay.
Ma'am, I have received it.
Okay.
제대로 들어갔지? 받았다고 봤나 봐. 수신. 받았다고 그래? You received it?
Yes.
Okay.
Yes,
Okay. Thank
Yes,
you
sir.
very
We are
much.
playing it in 1 minute.
Yes. 그럼 다 보냈지 내가. It's very remarkable. We talk with each other over the long distance,
Yes.
face to face. Santa
Yes.
Misra, I appreciate your brilliant leadership and your dedication.
Thank you, sir. Thank you.
Professor
Thank you,
Mishra.
sir. Thank you, sir.
I really miss all of you.
When this COVID situation will over, when
Pardon?
the COVID situation will over, then we will invite you to our university. You can come,
Okay. Thank you very much.
sir.
내가 그거 다 보냈지? 보낸 게 나오지 이거. 6 item 해서. 사진 좀 많이 찍어. 앨범 만들게. 어?
다 보내드렸는데 거기 문제, 우리 문제 아니야.
지금 받았다 그러니까.
네.
If you send it different, then it will be okay. ମୁଁ ଗୋଟେ ସେମିନାରରେ ଅଛି, ପଛେ କଥା ହଉଛି।
좋아요. 됐다 그러네. Madame, Revered Vice Chancellor, Honorable President, Madame, Revered Vice Chancellor, Sir, respected Executive Registrar, Sir, respected Dean of DCBS, respectful Professor Santa Misra, respectful panelist professors, students, and all participants online. Today, congratulations on the International Conference of Webinar on MOSEE, Creative Management of Mind with Fifth Spirit Paradigm Shift. It is our privilege that Dr. Harold Hangjin Park and myself, Dr. Tae-Yoon Rhee, are invited at this New Civilization Creative Conference. My name is Dr. Tae-Yoon Rhee. I am the founder and president of New Deal Academy in Seoul, Republic of Korea. I'm going to make some presentation on the new theme, Introduction to a New Created Scientific Discipline, Management of All Selves, Enlightenment and Empowerment, MOSEE in brief, with the fifth dimension spirit paradigm shift will conciliate the modern management philosophies such as creating shared value, CSV in brief, of Mikhail E. Porter and Mark Kramer in the U.S.A., strategic intent, SI in brief, of Gary Hamel and C.K. Prahalad in England, complexity economics, CE in brief, of Dr. Brian Arthur in the United States, and virtuous-based management, VBM in brief, of Ikuchiro Nonaka and Konno Noboru. Co-author of this research is Dr. Rhee, former Director of Research Division of Korea Electronics and Telecommunications Research Institute, KETRI in brief, in Daejeon City, Republic of Korea. Now, I'm going to make a presentation, 3 stages. One is abstract of this theme. Second phase is authors, management of all selves, enlightenment and empowerment, with fifth dimension, consciousness, spirit, realization, conciliate by in-depth comparative analysis and examinations based on the following 16 factors. 1. Comparative analysis on management philosophies. The authors, Dr. Yoon Rhee and Dr. Rhee, MOSEE in brief, management of all selves, enlightenment and empowerment. And others. 2. Comparative analysis for definitions of human. 3. Comparing management performance. 4. Comparison of genuine creative management. 5. Comparative analysis on the perception of management entity. 6. Awareness of management objects. 7. Comparative analysis on the language behavior system. 8. Exploration objects to research. 9. Comparison between knowledge management and MOSEE, the theory of authors. 10. Comparison of ownership management and being management. Dr. Yoon Rhee and Dr. Rhee's authors' theory. 11. The authors' 21st century new vision for universe human civilization of spirituality, science, and technology, followed by the
new 21st century universe, human spirituality, science, education. And there are others, but let me shorten in here because of time limitation. 3 stage is conclusion of this research. Okay, let me start. First stage, abstract. In capitalist society, businesses tend to use human beings as resources and tools for them to achieve the goal of maximizing profits of the businesses. As a result, the phenomenon of human alienation and polarization of wealth has been cited as serious social problems. Today, the conventional wisdom that material affluence and prosperity resulting from economic growth will bring happiness to the human society is shaken by the problem of spiritual consciousness poverty in material affluence. To play a role as an economic system that contributes to the happiness and co-prosperity of human society, capitalism must also evolve in keeping with the new changes of the times. Spiritual capitalism, so-called. In this article, to discuss the alternative of capitalism to fit the new era, we pursue a new realm of possibility through the new scientific discipline of MOSEE, management of all selves, enlightenment and empowerment. That the author of this article has founded in 1990, while at the same time announcing the new fifth dimensional factors of the spirit resource and asset, SRA in brief, of human beings of the MOSEE, that both author Dr. Yoon Rhee and Dr. Rhee founded in 1990. This aims to achieve a fifth dimensional MOSEE revolution for the creation of the 21st century universe, human, spirit, science, civilization by analyzing and evaluating inherent structural constraint of the modern business philosophies and theories, such as following: creating shared value, CSV of Dr. Michael Porter and Dr. Mark Kramer in the United States. Strategic intent of Dr. Gary Hamel and Dr. C.K. Prahalad in England. Complexity economics, CE in brief, of Dr. W. Brian Arthur, and virtuous-based management of Dr. Ikuchiro Nonaka and Konno Noboru in Japan. Keywords: MOSE, fourth inherent dimensional structural constraint, creation of a fifth dimension, spiritual resources and assets, spiritual industry, universe, spiritual science and technology, civilization, spiritual capitalism. Then let me move to second phase. Authors management of allSelves enlightenment and empowerment, MOSEE, with fifth dimension consciousness, spirit, realization, conciliate by in-depth comparative analysis and examinations based on the following 16 factors. Let me explain the first one. Comparative analysis on management philosophies. Authors, MOSEE, Management of allSelves, Enlightenment and Empowerment Philosophy. The ultimate truth and the philosophy of MOSEE is life origin source and opening living. Human and human organizations, the ability of the economic entity to conduct the social workforce, political circles, to realize that their lives are not separated among themselves in all relationships with the home, family, work, society, country, and the world's human race, but rather a transconnected existence as a whole. In other words, the self-created existence of a true bearing the reality of being real, and management focus on fifth dimension, consciousness, spirit, resource, asset in an infinity new realm of possibility. Therefore, the free and self-sustaining creative management can only be achieved by escaping the obsession from the limited structural constraint of resources and assets, such as land, capital, human resources, and technologies with fourth dimension until now. In the 17th century, in Republic of Korea, the prophet scholar Rhee advocated and founded the academic study area of consciousness, spirit, philosophy, and truth, literature, and culture philosophy. And in the 18th century, the prophet scholar Yoon advocated and founded the new academic scientific discipline of human profit, benefit generating truth, and laid the foundation for modern Korean spiritual science and social philosophy and capitalism ideas. Describing the stage as greed, his new theory advocated for the first time the human beings have their desires that are very natural truth and seek private profits. Naturally, the private profit seeking is to be developed to the higher level of transformation along with the higher consciousness spirit enhancement, i.e., to fair competition of profit making, axiom, public profit generation, and welfare profit generation for all sectors, including private sector, societal sector, public sector, domestic and international sectors. MOSEE is the academic research, education, and management practice that lead the creation of fifth dimensional high-level spirit consciousness, ultra science and technology civilization beyond the fourth dimension profit benefit levels. Therefore, free market oriented and self-sustaining creative management can only be achieved by overcoming the obsession with resource assets in the structural constraint. As the authors of this paper predict and suggest, we will establish the ultimate truth and value system in the universe life system by 2040, because we will create the universe human spirituality science civilization. Well, because of time limitation, I am explain now here just to one, creating shared value of Dr. Mikhail Porter and Dr. Mark Kramer theory. In their philosophy, they want to pursue creating shared values that are part of the values of the various disparate domains, such as economic value, social interest value, and public goods and political interest value, while staying within the existing paradigm of knowledge management principles of ownership-based management and obsession management for the limited resource asset structural constraint. In the case of creating shared value, CSV in brief, the underlying basis is advocated for creating shared values of economic values and social values and public values, and there is no process of how the sharing of the subset should be established in different areas of values for different purposes and different systems. Dr. Mikhail Porter's CSV thesis has not shown the clear analysis and presentation of the framework of the polarization criteria and value hierarchical systems of the various sectors in domestic and worldwide areas for determining creating shared value. The creating shared value is ambiguous on what the values are based on the theory of value pursuing steps. Thus, because of its reliance on the governance of a large deepening cluster with cross-border networks, the cluster's components, people, and the various organizations are highly likely to be severely restricted in the diverse of self-sustaining voluntary choices of creating shared value. CSV in brief. Unless broad diversity is guaranteed in creating shared values, the process of creating shared values, CSV, is subject to significant restrictions by the government, including politics, power struggle, the monopolistic extreme competition behavior of large cluster capital, and the struggle of governance expanded from the deepening network of large cluster mixed with the unfair inequality and irresponsibility human rights struggle by social enterprises and social civic groups. Thus, the tendency to centralize the creating shared value, CSV, selection process and management authority is expected, and the larger cluster becomes, the more likely it will become to stronger. Therefore, it is feared that the social control management economic system might be overwhelmed all over the world beyond the domestic areas. The West has the salvation of Jesus Christ, Christianity, the belief of love, and the spiritual consciousness of Puritanism, based on all fields of politics, economy, society, and culture, and advanced multicultural, multi-ethnic civilization of modern mankind, and is now on future-oriented lead. The Western governments have developed a self-sustaining free market enterprises cooperation system by supplementing and adjusting defects that have emerged during the 400 years since the modern era of liberal democracy and capitalist market economy. And the Western government has established a corporate climate to enhance free competitiveness by implementing policies that severely restrict the concentration of the industrial organization and financial capital concentration by sector. The development of the United States and the European Union, EU, is truly great. It is a far-fetched future dream that is still unthinkable at the level of Asian consciousness spirit. Europe was still at war until the 1945. I remember jokingly saying, if a person's stomach sounds uncomfortable sound due to indigestion, Korean people say, in joke, the European war. It was remarkable, even in human society, that European Economic Community, EEC, started right after the World War II and made the European Union with 26 countries in Europe that cannot even imitate it in Asian countries right now at 2021. Because of time limitation, let me move to third stage, skipping 15 other comparative analysis. Now, conclusion. Through the management of allSelves enlightenment and empowerment, MOSEE, founded by the authors of the article in 1990, the individuals and organizations can create new surroundings and worlds by creating a new being of the fifth dimension, spirit consciousness, that is self-awakening. The knowledge management and wisdom management define the fourth dimensional external capacity, including land, capital, human resources, technology level, and innovation power as management resources and assets that determine management performances. However, the MOSEE is to invent the fifth dimensional consciousness, spirituality, spirit, and achieve fully the true creative management by fully intact capability, integrated with both internal and external capabilities. Under a few big power dominated governance structure of a huge cluster, which has expanded to a future network of creating shared value, CSV theory, by Dr. Mikhail Porter and Dr. Mark Kramer in the United States of America. Small-scale participants of the huge cluster may have serious constraints that narrow down the self-sustaining, voluntary options of creating shared values. It is believed that the wider the cluster is expanding domestically or internationally, the more confidently posing the risks that political and social control will be strengthened in power governance. The creating shared value, CSV, is based on the management economic principles and the recognition of a people as a rational businessman and management that relies solely on property-based management and land capital, human resources, household resources, and resources innovation are the 20th century framework of thought. However, it urgently requires transformation into a future.
Okay, sir. Thank you, sir. Thank you very much. It's really informative. It is really informative, sir. We are having. Am I audible, sir? Am I audible?
Okay.
Sir. Sir, actually, due to some other meeting, it is the time constraint. So we are having your recording and we will listen in the class. I will let the students to listen all these things in a perfect manner and I will make them understand. But due to the time constraint, let us stop here. Will it be okay, sir?
Okay.
Okay, sir. Thank you, sir. Thank you very much. Thank you very much. Now, Ishita, you can say the concluding parts.
Please loudly. No, I cannot. I cannot listen. Too low, too small. 아까 저기 뭐 누르니까 되는 거 아니었어? 우리 쪽. Okay.
You can hear me?
Yes, I can hear you now. Yes.
Can you hear me? Okay.
Yes.
Yes. So I wanted to apologize on the behalf of the department that we had to cut off the presentation in between, sir. Really sorry. But I would like to thank you, sir, for an amazing session. And we would be all grateful if we could hear from you in the near future. And once again, thank you so much, sirs. We would be ending the meeting now. And thank you for joining us today. 다시 감사합니다. 감사합니다.
감사합니다. Thank you very much. Professor Santa Misera and all, I really thank you. Thank you very much. 끝난다고 그러지 지금. I will keep in touch with you, Santa Misera, Professor. Professor Santa Misera, I will keep in touch with you and you all